Da 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 da. Should farmland be rewilded? And first of all, what does rewilded mean? Oh well, okay, let me just explain to you what rewilded means. Rewilded means the act of turning a place that used to be very, very, very busy and all that kinds of things, and it used to be like farmland or something or whatever, now turned into the wild and is now given back to the wild people, like the wild organisms and the wild things. Like, yeah, lots of people like actually support the thinking of rewilding because it seems to be happening throughout the whole world. And all I want to say right now is that rewilding isn't really that bad, but it'll be for the debaters to decide if rewilding is bad or not that bad. This isn't the story anyway, so let's just get the story started right now. In Lincolnshire, England, a big project has actually started to restore farmland to pre-humanized times. And yeah, all of that seems to be happening too. Rewilding also supports all sorts of plants and animals, and it also stops species from extinction. And that is just plain weird too, if there's extinction too. And rewilding can create jobs in the science world. And also landscape protection too, and that's what I'm trying to say here. Process of returning land to its natural state is called rewilding. Rewilding can be good for the environment, helping to slow down climate change, and it also has long-term changes in the world where weather patterns and including the rising temperatures. Including the act of rising temperatures too. There are also many rewilding schemes around the whole wide world, and that's why it's very popular, and that's why it's gonna help save the whole world. Now, here's the thing. Rewilding often involves putting plants and trees back into nature, and trees are a big helper in this sort. Because trees always take in... Oh, I almost ended this screen recording, okay. And trees always seem to take in CO2, and they always seem to give away O2. While we always take O2, and we always give away CO2. So, we and trees are just best friends, other than dogs, and cats, and pets. Also, rewilding supports all sorts of plants and animals, and it also stops species from extinction. Hey, I said that! Rewilding can also create so many jobs in, like, the, science field. That doesn't look like a science, that looks like an ape. In the science field, let me just draw a little flask with a chemical in it, and then, yeah, in the science field, in the landscape protection jobs, and it even helps with the tourism too, because who doesn't want to look at a beauty like this? However, I will have to say something too. Rewilding can impact food production. Yeah, keep it coming, boys. Keep it coming. Wait, because of rewilding, we ran out of bread? No! And this is also a problem, as this is a time of rising food prices. And there's no guaranteeing that rewilding will work out the way we want it to. And it can actually reduce the number of animals or plants living there. And there's no guarantee that rewilding will end up with just a house and a little plane into something this big. It also turns out that reintroducing predators into habitats can endanger a species that already live there, which is something that we seriously don't want to do. We seriously don't want to mess with these guys. Just trust me, you don't really, really want to keep... If you want to keep every type of species alive and all that kinds of things, and stop looking at that snowball or cloud in the sky, well then, you will just have to go for the chances too. I personally like concrete ground, but sometimes I have to walk on like oak planks ground. So that's all that seems to be here, and I just want to give you guys a quick little story before we actually end this big debate. Farmland should be rewilded for lots of reasons. Number one, I actually agree with your friendly position here is that rewilding actually involves putting trees and plants in there. So, yeah, it takes in CO2 and trees take in CO2 and they give us O2. We give them the CO2 they need and they give us the O2 that they need. And that is just a good hand balance of systems. Don't you really think so? I mean, the trees take CO2, so that's nice too. Rewilding also supports all sorts of animals and plants, and it also stops species from extinction, as that is just something weird going on too. Rewilding can create lots and lots of jobs too, and I actually do think that making jobs is one of the best things to be able to. If this fails, then sure, we'll lose a couple of dollars. But other rewilding projects have succeeded, so I think this is a nice way, and this is a nice gamble. And so I actually think that farmland should be rewilded. I also couldn't find a result for this one, so yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and I want to hear you guys in the comments below on what kind of things you think. So until then, stand out. Peace! We all live in a yellow submarine, yellow submarine, yellow submarine. We all live in yellow submarine, yellow. Okay, messed up.